South African President Cyril Ramaphosa says the world must seize the opportunity presented by the UN Security Council's resolution to create a firm foundation for a permanent ceasefire and the resumption of negotiations. He says Pretoria remains concerned about the situation in Gaza.
The President calls on the United Nations Security Council to ensure that there is compliance with the resolution, which is binding on the parties. As South Africa will remain concerned that in over 5 months since the escalation of the conflict, thousands have lost their lives, including over 13,000 children.
As part of galvanizing global supports, some Palestinian activists have been hosted at the University of Johannesburg. They are also backing the resolution.
We are heartened with the UN Security Council because we have been calling for a ceasefire for quite a while now. And even though the US insists that it's non-binding, that's not how the Security Council resolutions work. The thing is that we cannot allow this to be just a fleeting moment. We have to build upon this. We have to use this as an opportunity for a permanent ceasefire. And after that, we have to make a change to the status quo. We cannot go back to how things were before October 7th.
Absurd for the US through multiple spokespeople to sort of unilaterally decide that it's not binding, it is binding, it is supposed to be binding. But this is part of a larger pattern of making a mockery of international law, of all supposed human rights norms, of all acceptable red lines. This has all been really thrown under the bus, frankly, to continue this horrific onslaught of Gaza, what we know to be an ongoing genocide. And I think that Hamas has been offering to do a prisoner exchange for quite some time.
Qatar, which has been instrumental in overseeing the mediation talks, says it hopes that this conflict will end at some point.
Regarding the Security Council resolution, we have said very clearly, we welcome such a move because we welcome any international diplomatic initiative, whether it be regional or international, in support of ending this terrible conflict, and that is certainly coming from the Security Council in such language is very helpful, and we hope that this momentum would continue and that we can build on this decision to expedite the end of this war.
Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says they will not address Hamas's demands. They'll pursue their just war, destroying Hamas military and governmental capabilities, release of all the hostages, and ensure that Gaza will not pose a threat to Israel. This is what some residents of Tel Aviv had to say.
I think the most recent UN resolution, I don't think America said anything so different to what they've said before. They didn't veto anything, but they did say that there needs to be a ceasefire with the release of the hostages. So it was still conditional as far as I understand it.
I believe the UN resolution is horrifying. As a Jew, as an American, and as an Israeli, you're giving free cards to a Hamas a terrorist organization, and the world is abandoning Jews once again. It's like the Holocaust all over.
Khalihle Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.